But joining us now in a CNBC exclusive is Horacio Rozanski, Booz Allen Hamilton, Chairman and CEO, and you're here on set, so welcome to you. It's great to have you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Let's start right there, because you did put out stronger than expected earnings on Friday, but you did also say that you expect some softness in the near term, in part because of a new administration coming in, most likely affecting your civil business, I think, the most, or at least from analyst perspective, the most. So walk me through what that transition means, especially as we're in a continuing resolution, and there is a lot of uncertainty around government in general right now.
So first, our business is strong. Double-digit top-line growth, double-digit bottom-line growth, lots of momentum. We feel really good about where we are and the prospects for the future. Been through lots of administration transitions, and they all have some things in common, some things different. What they have in common, there's a change of priorities. For us, that sometimes means some things that we were doing are no longer as important. Other things become more important, and we can shift resources and the like. What's unique about this one is the speed at which all of this is happening. And so even last October, we were honest with investors and we said, we expect some level of disruption at the beginning of an administration because we always do. And then we also expect great opportunities. Booz Allen has always done better post-administrative presidential changes than before. And right now what we're seeing is, yes, we're seeing some of the near-term disruption as we expected. It hasn't affected our business so much, but it will affect the industry potentially. But we're also seeing great opportunities that are beginning to take shape. So overall, we're excited.
The last time you and I spoke was at the Reagan National Defense Forum, and we talked about DOGE and Elon Musk. And you said at the time that basically we're doing the right thing as a country, but we're just moving too slowly, and that you thought DOGE could act as an accelerator. How do you see it now? And how do you see the fact that your stock and other stocks, too, particularly in government, IT and services, have been selling off since the election, in part because of DOGE? Do you think investors are missing what's about to happen here, or what is happening?
I do. The old joke that says that Wall Street's predicted 8 of the last 3 recessions. I think there's a little bit of what's happening here. There's an expectation of a lot of downside. But the way we see it, I'm still obsessed with speed. The country needs to move faster. Elon Musk is moving fast. DOGE and the administration are moving fast. And in some areas, in directions that we've been advocating for a long time. More use of technology, more use of AI, create efficiencies to be able to invest in the technologies of the future. We're an advanced technology company. This is what we bring to the table, and this is where we're focused.
We see Palantir doing huge numbers on earnings right now in overtime. Data and AI, a big part of their business. It's also a big part of what you guys help to implement. So connect the dots for investors here on the growth that we're seeing reflected in a name like Palantir and what you guys plan to help the government, your clients, implement.
So, we're working with technology companies all the time because if you're focused on speed, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Palantir has some exquisite product. Alex and I are good friends because we are connected on the notion that national security is really important. And if we bring what they can do, what we can do, their technology, our technology, their people, our people, they can create magic. I mentioned when we were together at Reagan that in 45 days, we went from an idea to a prototype we could demonstrate. That prototype is now being used in exercises and being tested. Very exciting. 2 weeks ago, we announced a partnership with AWS, an expanded partnership with them, again, because we can co-invest and co-create on top of the massive investment they've already made to create things that our government really needs. We have many other irons in the fire. Our goal as Booz Allen is to bring our technology and our people to bear, because when these technology companies, Palantir is a little bit different case because they started in the national security space, but a lot of companies start in the commercial space. And then the technologies need to be adapted to be valuable in the battlefield, for example. If you're a cloud company, you assume that there's perfect connectivity, that electricity is always going to be running, that you're going to get cooling and everything else. That's not the case if you're in the desert. That's not the case if you're underwater. So what we bring is that knowledge and the technologies that close those gaps so you can actually use the cloud in those environments.
So given the fact that you are the largest provider of AI to the federal government, your thoughts on DeepSeek and what we're seeing in terms of AI as a geopolitical flashpoint with China?
Again, speed. We cannot afford to slow down. We cannot afford to be second in these areas. DeepSeek is interesting because the techniques that they've used, which have already been testing in academia, but they're the first ones to put it all together. potentially dramatically lowers the cost of training a large language model, and it lowers the footprint on which those models can operate. So that will have significant implications. Now, from where we sit, the challenge with AI in general is provenance and safety and security. So we would not be telling our clients, go take the DeepSeek models and apply them to national security tomorrow, because there's a lot that we don't know. But those techniques, I'm sure, will be used more broadly across the industry to create faster, cheaper, better models, which is what we're all about.